the one, the only Benzion. Good evening and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun with Benzion. Tonight's daf is Gittin, daf Samach Zayin, number 67. I want to talk about a Gemara at the end of the 6th parak on Samach Zayin and Beis. The Brisa says on the top of Samach Zayin and Beis, Tana Rabbanan, Amar, the second line, Amar Lasar Aksuvu Gavinu Ishti Echad Kos Avei Kula. He says in front of 10 people, write a get to my wife. So only one person has to write the get. He said in front of 10 people, but not all 10 people have to participate. Kulchem Ksuvu, but if he said in front of 10 people, all of you, he said the word Kulchem, Echad Kosev Maimad Kulam. One person has to write it, and everyone has to witness that one person writing. Now, a lot of Rishonim asked the question that this halacha, this Brisa seems to be at odds with the Mishnah. The previous Mishnah said, on Samach Vavam and Beis on the top, if he says Kulchem, he says to all of them, Ksovu, Echad Kosev Kulchem Chosman. What do you have to do? He says 10 people write, one person writes the get, and the other 9 people have to sign the get. They all have to participate in the writing of the get. So how could our Brisa over here say they don't have to write anything? They just have to witness it? And the answer is, I think it's a pretty simple answer, is that or, right? He says kulchem, and they all have to participate in the get. Now, they could either be participating in the writing of the get, one can write it. You can't have 9 people writing the get, but you have one person writing it and 9 people signing on it. This Brisa is giving an alternative. And not all of them know how to sign their names, and not all of them, right? So what you can do basically is you could have one person writing the get. You could have 2 other people signing it, one person writing the get, and other people witnessing. Now, this is based on the concept, Rav Chaim Brisker talks about this, that the difference, the Eidim by Gittin and Kedushin are different than Eidim by Dinei Mamonis. By Dinei Mamonis, even though we know the concept, you need 2 Eidim by Mamon, and we learn from Mamon, Davar mi Mamon, the Davar Shebe'erva, Gittin and Kedushin, you need Shtei Eidim also. But the types of Eidim are different. The Eidim, by when you sell a field to somebody, you lend someone money, those Eidim are Eidei Raya, they're just merely to prove it. But by Gittin and Kedushin, Davar, even though it's coming from a place of, well, we learn an extra thing. By Erva, you need something even stronger. You need something, Eidei Kiyum, he calls it, which is to make a maimed, to make something, an event. That's really what it is. The Eidim, to have the Eidim that witness a Kedushin, right? Everyone, when they get their Kaddish a woman, they put the ring on the woman's finger, right? You have 2 Eidim over there, you have 2 witnesses over there. Right, and they're supposed to witness, give the kiddushin, Eidei kiddushin. Those are very important. They have to be kosher Eidim. That's why people are very machmir to make sure that rabbis or people like that, that people that are not kosher on get gzela or things like that, they're kosher Eidim. The Eidim there is to make it an event, right? A chuppah is an event. A Jewish wedding is an event. The chuppah is a pretty big event. You have all the people called up for the brachas, and the people called up for the right to read the ksuva, and the Eidei kiddushin are called up also. It's to make it an event. The Eidim are not there just to witness it. They're also there to witness it, to make sure it happened. But even more prominent, it's just having a whole procedure, an event, a venue. That's what you're doing. And that is even stronger than just proof. It's creating a venue over here. So when I tell 10 people to write a get, so either all of them could write the get. Why am I telling 10 people to write a get? I want to make it a big thing. Technically, I only need 2 people. I need 1 person to write the get, 2 people to sign the get. But if I'm telling 10 people to participate in the get, I want to make it more of an event. And therefore, since I said kulchem, I said all of you, so either they could actually all write it, which would be fine, or if one person writes it in the presence of the other 9 people, so that really suffices what I'm saying, because when I say the ksivas, we pass on like Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer says the Eidei Mesira Karsi, right? The main part of the gerushin is witnessing the giving of the get. The writing of the get is also important, right? And the cost of law, it goes on the ksivas haget, according to Rabbi Eliezer. According to Rameir, it's going on the chasim, on the signing, and that actually severs the bond of marriage, the chasima. But according to Rabbi Eliezer, it's the giving over. And I explained in previous shiurim that that's, according to Rabbi Eliezer, that's so important. It's almost like 100% proof, because it's not just, it's more than Eidei Raya, it's more than Eidei Kiyum. It's actually a third type of Eidei, which is Rabbi Eliezer's Eidei Chasima Karsi, which severs a marriage. It's not just a Kiyum, by 2 witnesses being part of witnessing the giving over the get. That's severing the marriage. Severing the marriage has to be a krisos, has to be something complete, has to be 100%. But even according to Lezer, the ksiva is important. The ksiva has to be lishma. We know kasav law has to be lishma. There's halachas over there. So therefore, since it's a davar shebe'erva, the writing of the get is a davar shebe'erva, and he told all of them to write it. So if I write it in the presence of all of them, that also makes a kiyum. That makes a kiyum of the get. It suffices to be a davar shebe'erva. Because even though normally if I say kulchem, you should write it. Normally I would expect I have to write it. But when I said to all of them to write, I didn't mean all of them should actually participate in the writing. I meant that it should be an event. Because Gittin and Kiddushin are an event. That's what they are. They're a whole procedure. And it has to be a public event, a public procedure, a public event. And therefore, this brisa is telling me the chiddush that even if I write it in front of the presence of the other 9, or the brisa says also if I tell 10 people, you should all bring it to the woman, to create a public event where 10 people are bringing the get to the woman, even one person could bring it. As long as it's the presence of other people, that fulfills the Tanai of Eidei Kiyum, of the din of Kiyum by Gittin and Kiddushin, which is so integral by Gittin and Kiddushin, to make it a publicized matter, which is even more important to Eidei Raya by Dinei Mominus. Hope you enjoyed tonight's year. See you in the next one.